Hey everyone, welcome to the Now and Then Some podcast with Robin and Kaley. I'm your host, Robin.
And I'm your other host, Kaley.
And here we talk about everything from now and then.
And then some.
That's right. What are we talking about this week, Kales?
Well, it's episode 10.
The big 1-0.
You gotta call that out.
That's a big deal. Go us.
Go us. And you know what else? Go Astros.
Oh, go Astros.
Because
Yay.
You're like, I thought it was over.
I thought we were done with this.
No, we're never done. So we have announced our new manager taking Dusty's place. It is going to be Joe Espada, who has been our bench.
Joe.
He's been our bench coach for the last 5 years. So he knows the team well. He knows the players. He knows the org. I think this is probably the best thing we could have asked for. There was a lot of names being thrown out there, but Astros fans are very happy with this choice because old Joe, as you like to say, he orchestrated some really good plays when Dusty was out of the game. So I think we're feeling really good about it. So I just needed to bring up my Astros one more time.
That's awesome. You didn't throw your name in the ring?
Oh, God. Who do I call up to get my name in the hat?
I don't know. Somebody. Old Joe.
Old Joe. I'm happy with old Joe.
Well, you put it out into the universe just now. So whenever old Joe's ready to retire.
Maybe in the future, maybe it's me.
They'll give baby Kales a call.
Hey, let's do it. I'm here. Ready to go.
All right. Speaking of ready to go, shall we get into our and thens?
Let's do it.
Okay. My and then is not a hot take, but it's aim. As in AOL Instant Messenger.
Yes.
So originally, whenever we got on AIM, before it was like a standalone thing. Like you'd have to choose. We go to Holly's computer in her study, do a little dial-up, and you would have to pick who you wanted to log in as, and then it was like chat rooms within there.
Okay, remind me to tell you something about dial-up when you finish the story.
Okay.
Continue on.
It was chat rooms in there, and then I think from there, if you met someone in a chat room, then you could DM them, and then it wasn't until AIM came out that it was like the friends list and all that stuff.
Right.
What was your screen name?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
What?
I guess it wasn't that big of a... It was probably just Kaley. KJM.
23.
It might have been Blondie 23. That was my nickname. Growing up a lot was Blondie, so it might have been Blondie 23.
I did not know that.
Yes. Fun fact.
Learned something new. So mine was, I was watching the show where P. Diddy or Puff Daddy, whatever he was called at the time, was making a girl band, and they decided to call themselves Eden's Crush.
Oh.
And I remember being like, that's a great name for
That's
a
an
screen
interesting name. I like that.
So I
So
made
that was your screen name?
No, mine was Crush on This.
Oh,
Yeah.
Robin. Oh, okay.
And then years and years later, once I realized that was, I changed it to It's Batman and
Robin.
but no, like AIM was just, we spent all of our time. I mean, I hope my mother doesn't listen to this. We spent way too much time in chat rooms. Like you do like the ASL, age, sex, location.
Yes.
And we would just lie.
Oh, okay. So this is the difference, I think, between you and I. I didn't talk to strangers on Instant Messenger.
That's all we did.
No, see, when I was on Instant Messenger, it was my friends. And it was like, I would see their little online button come on, and I was like,
oh no.
I get to talk to my crush, you know?
The door creaking open sound whenever you could set up alerts and it goes, and it was like, you'd come sprinting in from the other room.
See, that's what I remember is like talking to like my friends or like crushes when they would go online.
Yeah,
but I didn't really talk to strangers.
Yeah, I didn't talk to strangers on AIM, but before AIM was a thing, that was like the only way you could communicate with anyone except for email online. And so we would just go, and I couldn't even tell you what chat rooms we would go into. And then you'd start like a side conversation with somebody, and we would just straight up lie, and like these men would say some things that we were like, I don't know what that means, but I'm pretty sure it's dirty. And then we'd leave and we'd go find a new chat room so they couldn't follow us. But yeah, I mean, the crushes and the AIM and the obsession on, are they online? Okay, they're online. If they don't chat at me in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to do my away message.
Oh, totally.
Crafting the away messages.
It was like a whole strategy you had to come up with.
Oh, yeah. I always had like some dumb song quote.
The song lyrics.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, like Beatles, Joni Mitchell, Dashboard Confessional.
I'm sure you were getting real deep on there, Robin, with your quotes.
And I always wondered, like, will they read that and like understand the subtext of the text? Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you one more thing. What was it? Oh, and then whenever they would, I said the door opening, I meant to say, and then the door slamming shut sound.
Yes.
Without saying hi to you.
Yes.
Oh my God.
It was awful. Or you'd see them go online, you get so excited, then they were off.
Yeah.
You're like, no, It's my window. My window.
Did you ever do the texting style that was like capital letter, lowercase, capital lowercase, capital lowercase?
Yeah.
Like here and there for like flair?
Yeah.
There was this girl, I don't know, she'll probably never listen to this, but she went to high school with us and she wrote like that for like years after. Yes.
Oh, that's
and she
weird.
wouldn't just write like that, like going to prom night or something. It was like every word was like that.
Well, that's a lot of effort.
Exclamation points, the asterisk, the little tilde sign afterward.
That's a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot. What was your font of choice? Do you remember?
No, God. No, I could not tell you.
I liked whichever one was like curvy, but not the childlike one.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, but probably if I saw it.
Yeah. Not papyrus.
I do remember papyrus.
God, no, not to papyrus.
Yes.
I would never be caught dead in a papyrus. One of my first jobs, like corporate jobs, I had to tell a friend of mine who was a manager, a sales manager. I was like, bro, you gotta quit it with the Comic Sans. That was his font in his email.
Oh, that's
and
weird.
He was like, oh, I didn't really realize that that's what that was. I was like, yeah, you're looking like real silly. And he was like, thank you for telling me.
That's funny.
Okay, 1 second. Wow. Can you come show that to me? I might keep this in. I don't know. My son made me a beautiful picture. Can you say hi to the camera? No. Hi. Can you say hi? Oh, good job. Thanks, Harrison.
So good.
Love you. Can you close the door? Thank you, buddy. Love you. My son just came in and he drew me the most beautiful picture.
How precious.
Of a hamburger.
It's definitely a hamburger.
With eyes.
I love it.
Remind me to read you the story that one of my friend's sons wrote about wolves later.
Okay.
Not appropriate for the podcast.
Okay, deal.
Okay.
Can I tell you my dial-up story?
Oh, yeah. Tell me your dial-up story.
Okay, so this was someone that is younger than I, and I used to work with her, and she, we said dial-up. We were like having a group conversation. We said dial-up, and she said, what is dial-up? And I was like, oh no, this is how I know there's a gap in the general, like, you know how we talk about stuff? No. There's another gap below me.
Dial-up.
Dial-up. She had no idea. She was like, is that like when you call, I remember her saying this, is that like when you call someone and they like don't know it's you? I'm like, no, that's star 69.
Or
star 67.
Star 67, is when you can mask yourself.
Yeah, that's what she was like. Is that what dial-up is? I was like, no, honey, no.
She probably doesn't even know what a home phone is.
Yeah, so that was an interesting conversation where I was like,
I feel old.
Now I officially feel old. Usually I feel young. Nope. Nope.
All right, speaking of you feeling old, what's your and then?
Mine is the movie Freaky Friday.
Oh, a classic.
It's a classic, and the reason why it is my and then, well, one, because I watched it, but the reason I watched it is because it's 20-year anniversary this year of it coming out, and Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis got together.
Oh, the picture.
Yeah, they took a picture and had a cute little caption about getting together, and I was like, okay, well, I need to rewatch a Freaky Friday, so I did. It was.
I haven't watched it in a while.
Oh, Robin.
I watched The Parent Trap way more.
I love The Parent Trap as well, but this one was A1.
So
I
good.
Quote it quite often with the, can you like chill for a sec? I love that line. And then also, I'm like the crypt keeper.
Oh, yeah.
When she wakes up and she's old. She's like grabbing her face. Oh my God. It was so good. And the jams, like, I forgot like how good the two songs are that they have. The one
band's name?
Pink Slip.
Pink Slip. That's
Pink
right.
Slip. So the one that they have at the House of Blues, jam. The one that they play at the end of the movie at the wedding, jam. I mean, it was just good all the way around.
I'll have to rewatch that. I'm not sure that Sawyer's ever seen it, so.
Oh, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Because it's only PG, so it's appropriate, and it's just so good.
Awesome.
So good.
Check it out.
Yeah. Okay, what's next?
Next up is the now, and we have a lot to talk about for the now.
We do.
So should we start with the lightweight thing first? Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift in Brazil, Argentina, somewhere south of
Brazil,
the equator.
I think.
So cute. He went to her show second night. I think it was meant to be the second night, but it ended up being the first.
Yeah, because they had to cancel because of the weather.
Mm-hmm. And it was just the most giddy I felt in a long time watching those videos. I couldn't believe it because I wasn't watching it live. I was asleep. So I saw it the next morning and I wanted to text you so bad.
Oh,
and
no,
I was like,
I
no,
saw
gotta
it the
wait,
night
gotta
of. The night of, I did my nightly scrolling and I was like, I cannot get enough of this.
I can't get enough. First, she changed the lyrics to Karma. Karma is the guy from the Chiefs coming straight home to me. Oh my God. And he freaked out.
I would have freaked out if I was there. I freaked out when I saw the video.
And he left her dad hanging with the high five, but he was blushing. And then the best video that I've probably watched 62 times from 77 angles.
I was going to say from every angle imaginable.
Yeah, she runs for him and jumps into his arms.
They just look so dang happy.
I'm glad that she's with somebody that's like outgoing, proud of her. You know, she supports him. He supports her.
Yep.
He's tall, so she could actually like run up and like jump and put her arms
tall
around him.
for a woman.
And she's got those big old heels on. I don't know how she does it every night.
Me neither.
But yeah, he said that he had an inkling that she was going to do the lyrics change. But he didn't know she was actually going to do it.
I bet she probably like joked about it with him, but he didn't think she would actually go through with it. And then she went through with it.
Or he was probably like, you're not going to do that. And she was like, maybe I will.
Left it up.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Guess we'll see.
We'll see.
If you come to the show, maybe I'll change the lyrics at the show for you. So he's like, let me get my butt on that plane. And then I heard someone say that the night that it rained out, they got to go out to dinner, which is really cool. And they walked into a restaurant. It was just like a normal, small little restaurant. And everyone just started clapping for them.
I mean, I would be clapping too. I would be clapping.
Just like, thank you.
Yes. Curtsy. Thank you.
Can we please have a table? Thank you.
I would have been clapping if they walked in my restaurant.
Yeah. They're so cute. And then did you see that Gigi Hadid said that she did not have a problem, and neither did Selena Gomez?
Yes. What is everyone trying to like make this out to be something? Everyone's happy for her. Leave it at that.
Everyone's happy for her. Why would they not be? Like, that's what you do when you start dating someone. You go to their things.
And she looks so happy. Why would you not be happy for her being happy?
Yeah. It's just annoying. People just make stuff up.
Yep.
Just for fun.
We're all happy about it, and I love every video that I get to see.
They're so cute.
They are.
I just need more. Like, they need to feed us content of them every single day.
But they've been doing a good job of giving us a little bit.
Yeah.
Because usually we get nothing from her, so I'm happy that we're even getting what we're getting.
That's true. And for anyone thinking it's a PR move, get a life.
We're past that.
Yes, we've moved on. People don't fly all over the world and run and jump and hug each other.
No, we're past the PR move.
They're real people.
They like each other.
With lives, with families that they're meeting. Like, they are real people. Yep. Sorry to break it to you.
Yep.
Okay, next up, Golden Batch.
Golden Batch.
Okay, let me get my notes because I couldn't get my printer to work.
Let me get my notes off my phone.
Okay. Women Tell All.
Oh, are we not going into what happened I feel like we got to start with what happened at the end of Women Tell All.
Okay, tell us while I take a sip of my wine.
He sent Faith home, and I am beyond shooketh.
Shocking.
I hate it.
I hate it.
it.
Name that movie. Yeah, you don't have to. I know you know.
I was like, I hate it. And I think it was a wrong decision. The fact, not that I know how Gary feels, but just based on my viewership, I feel like even when he came back out with her on Women Tell All, and they're both like sobbing.
Yeah. I'm
like, there is still some love here. I could not believe it. Maybe it was your whole MapQuest 36 hours, Robin, but
that was so hard to watch.
It was extremely
her watching
painful.
It back.
Yes.
And then having a little talking head of her watching it back while she's sobbing, watching herself sobbing. I say the word sobbing a lot on this podcast.
Sobbing.
Why don't I just say cry? No, that was incredibly sad. And I wonder, because I believe that our takes feel accurate. Like, I wonder if he feels a sense of, and I could be wrong, and he could end up with Teresa, and I
just don't think so.
Or do you think he just like feels bad for Teresa because of how in on it how in on him she is?
They were all in on it though, Robin.
That's true.
They were all at the I love you stage. They were all I'm in love with you. Mm-hmm. Like,
I don't know.
I don't get it. I was so shook. I was so sure. I thought she was going to win.
Yeah.
I was definitely sure she wasn't going to get sent home.
No, that was really,
like,
really shocking.
I was, again, shooketh.
Yeah.
I have no other words for that, except I'm very upset.
And we still have 3 episodes to the finale, which is wild.
Is it 3?
Or 3. The episode is the 3rd one from now. They said we have 3 more episodes.
Oh my God, I thought it was 2.
No, 3. That's what Jesse Palmer said, and I wrote down 3 episodes. How is that even possible?
Maybe he doesn't get with either of them, and then Faith comes back into the picture for the 3rd episode. Yeah, but they just didn't have enough time.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like she was really upset about that. He seemed to have regrets that they didn't get to, spend more time together and see if it could have turned into anything. I don't know. I felt really bad for her too. I thought they were really sweet together.
Yeah, I just feel like they didn't get enough time. Like, I couldn't see her really coming back and being that serious with him just because all the other women have gotten way more time with him and got to build that connection. Yeah. I agree. They had potential.
But yeah, the Faith thing was hard. I just wrote, Faith, I can't.
I wrote in all caps, I hate it.
Mm-hmm. I wrote, OMG, it's Teresa, no way.
Yeah.
But she handled herself really well. Like that.
Faith?
Yeah.
Oh, like a boss.
That had to have been so tough. The fact that she didn't even get upset.
No, it was her saying, my thoughts were like, I feel so bad for my family. I don't want them to be upset for me. I was like, oh my God, you are an angel of a human being.
So mature.
Yes.
The real Bachelor could never. The non-golden one.
The non-golden ones. Yeah.
So yeah, that was hard. I mean, the stuff with Ellen was really tough too.
I felt for her. Again, I felt for her.
Her friend's daughter was there.
Sobbing?
Jesse Palmer was sobbing.
You want to go back to sobbing?
Yeah.
Me sobbing on my couch watching this.
But it wasn't all sad. There's a lot of really funny moments, a lot of sweet moments. Yeah. The women's friendship is something that's so beautiful that I'm not sure happens on the shows with the younger
them all
ones.
Supporting each other, that does not happen.
Yeah.
And they all supported each other on the old golden season.
Yeah. And Kathy looked great. She got some tightening up done.
She looked a lot better, yes.
Yeah, and the women seem to really love her.
I know.
Like, she's like a crowd favorite.
I don't know. Susan cracks me up. I'm a big fan of Susan.
Cracks me up talking about her gas and like telling Gary about it. I'm like, oh my gosh. But then the gas with
Sandra.
Oh, Sandra.
Oh, Sandra, sorry.
Where she's in a confessional and just lets one rip for like a really long time.
It was a really long one. I was like, I'm uncomfortable.
You could tell she was so embarrassed.
I mean, Robin, I would have been out.
Yeah.
I cannot show my face again.
Like, if Bravo fans will know, you say bravo, bravo, effing bravo, and then they can't use the footage. I'd be like, please don't use that. I'm imploring you. I guess she just assumed they wouldn't.
I mean, yeah, they don't usually show that kind of stuff. Yeah. I will say, I haven't really seen anyone pass gas on The Bachelor.
There would be lawsuits for sure. But yeah, I mean, the bloopers were great.
Always. Mm-hmm. Always love a good bloop. Mm-hmm. So it was good, but now I just feel like we already know he's picking Leslie.
Yeah.
Except, how are we dragging this out over 3 episodes? Does someone come back? That's the only thing I can think
Fantasy Suites is...
But it's just 2 of them.
Yeah.
So what? We're going to have one whole episode of Fantasy Suites, but no one goes home.
What other, like, special things do they do besides, like, hometowns, women tell all? There's no other, like, thing?
The only thing is, like, meeting his family. So maybe they're doing...
They did show the previews for that.
So maybe it's Fantasy Suites and then or meet his family and then Fantasy Suites, Fantasy Suites, then meet his family, then the finale. That's just...
It's a lot.
With 2 people?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Guess we shall see. Mm-hmm. All right, moving right along. We have Love Island Games.
Love Island Games.
I am caught up. Kaley is not, which is understandable considering that there's one almost every single day of the week.
Sorry, y'all. I can't keep up.
Okay, but I am going to ask you one favor as you're watching. Will you watch Unseen Bits?
Sure.
You can fast forward through it if you want, but
okay.
It has some of the cutest moments. Like, oh my gosh. Callum and Jess are just so funny.
No, Callum is the funniest. That's in my notes.
Okay, can we talk about Callum?
Please. I would love to talk about Callum.
I could have sworn that you said from Love Island, Australia. But he's not. He's from Wales.
Yeah, but he's on Love Island, Australia.
Oh, he was on Love Island, Australia?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember...
Him and Jess were on the same season.
Do you remember how much we hated him on that season, though? The terrible things that he did and that he had the other guys do? When that girl...
Oh, he was a little instigator.
Phoebe came around the corner.
Yeah, with Mitchell.
With Mitchell.
Yeah.
Then that was all Callum.
Oh, he was a little instigator.
Yeah.
But he's freaking hilarious.
I totally forgot what a total asshat he was on his season.
Oh, but he's so funny. Robin.
He's so funny.
The more he's on my screen, I'm like, please give me more Callum, because everything he does is entertaining. He talks super fast. He says the dumbest things. Mm-hmm. He's constantly cracking jokes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
He is so funny.
Big fan.
Yeah. Anyway, what else do we have written down here?
Who are we liking? I have some thoughts. But
I know
you're
too
farther
much.
Than me.
Yeah, okay, I know too much. I obviously love Selly.
Love Selly.
Yeah. Like, I would say she's my number one, just like favorite person.
Yeah.
As far as guys go, I like a y'all.
He just got here.
Yeah.
Like, he just came in where I'm at. So
he's just a very mature.
I don't have a
like
lot
emotionally
to say.
mature dude.
I don't have a lot to say because I haven't seen him yet, really.
There's my wine. What about you?
I love Jack and Justine where I'm at. Like, they're just starting to, like, get really, like, comfortable with each other and, like,
I agree.
Sweet with each other. And I love Justine because I love Sally and Justine, their friends. And they were both on the challenge. So, soft spot in my heart. And Jack, I just think, is, like, a very chill guy and, like, funny but not too over the top. So, I like them.
Yeah, I do too. I really like their dynamic. And, I mean, it's tough because she lives in LA and he lives in London. So, it's not even like New York and London.
Yep.
I'm all about that distance, I guess.
Yeah, Robin's out here map questing every couple.
Hyper fixated on that. Curtis, I am just as out on him as I was whenever he dicked Amy over on his season from
Yeah, he's not my favorite.
No, he's kind of creepy.
He's a strange bird.
Like his weird like smile and like his like glassy like wide eyes.
He doesn't do it for me. Like, I know the girls love him, but he just does not do it for me.
I do think Johnny is very attractive, but obviously he wronged our girl Sully, so we don't like Johnny.
No, we don't like Johnny, but he is nice to look at. I'll give him that much.
Yep.
The problem is he knows he's nice to look at too.
Oh yeah. He's a liar. That boy's a liar. And then I have written down here that Steph kissing Megan as he left, he basically like was like choking her.
They're all about the grabbing of the like face and neck. I'm like, can y'all take a chill pill?
I just really like this format though of this show. Like, I like that the challenge actually means something.
Yeah.
There's a recent challenge that they had that felt more like The Challenge, the show The Challenge.
I love The Challenge.
And less like the Love Island silly challenges. So in my notes for later on, past where you are,
better challenge-wise.
there's one in specifically you'll notice. You'll be like, oh, that felt more like a real challenge, not Love Island challenge.
Yeah, because I
don't need to see people spitting stuff into each other's mouths. I thought we were done with that. I thought COVID ended that type of a challenge. That's so disgusting.
I'm not even like germy. It's more just like gross.
Yeah, it's like I'll
they
watch
all
somebody
kiss each other, so like that's fine.
Yeah.
It's just nasty because you're literally spitting.
It's so gross.
Now I will say,
we don't need you to baby bird each other.
No, I have to say this though. This dog next to me is killing me again.
Buggy.
She's back. I have to say this though. I'm so competitive that if I was doing this, I would literally be like spit in my mouth. Like I would be all in. It would not even faze me because I'm so competitive that I wouldn't even care. I'd be like, spit in my mouth and let's go. Yeah. Like, let's win. I don't
When
care.
you're in it, of course, it's different, but it's just gross to watch.
To watch, it's nasty.
Yeah, I'd rather watch them like eat bugs or something.
See, I could do that. Again, it's the competitiveness would take over, but yeah, watching it.
Yeah.
Gross.
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
Okay, I think that does it for the now.
Okay.
What are we doing next?
Is it fantasy football?
It is. Okay, this is weird how I'm holding my laptop because I can't really see it, but mine will be quick. I won.
Yay!
I know. I had some really great players go off. Lamar Jackson, almost 15 points. Eckler, 17.5. Gibbs, 23.2.
Hold up, Roman. Do you have like almost the same team as my dad? My dad has Lamar and Eckler. That's so funny.
Weird.
Continue on.
Gibbs, who I got like 2 weeks ago, 23.2. And my boy Amon-Ra St. Brown, 22.5. So I won by a lot.
That's great.
Next week is going to be a tough one, playing against a tough competitor. Our Proges are almost exactly tied. They're 1 point-ish away. So I had to make some moves. So we'll see. Next week, I feel like, is a big one.
Okay. Well, I'm really happy you won.
Thank you.
And I won too.
Yay! Go us! We love love and we love winning.
Yes, we love winning. So I am tied for first, which is super exciting. I'm pulling up my notes. I had to make even more moves than I talked about last week. I made more moves for last week than I even talked about. So I picked up, which when I say this, if anyone plays fantasy out there, you're like, how are these players available? I play in an 8-person league. So I have
mine's 10.
Yeah, I have a lot more options out there than most probably do. So I picked up Justin Herbert because Patty Pie was on bye. Okay. So I was going to play Trevor Lawrence, but I was not feeling good about it. Someone dropped Justin Herbert at the last second, picked him up.
Wow.
So he was my quarterback. He did amazing.
Why did they drop him?
Couldn't tell you, but I was not complaining. So he did really well. He threw it to Keenan Allen a bunch, who I also have, so that was really great.
Double whammy.
Thank
you.
So I'm feeling good. Now
That's great.
I will say this, I play my dad this week.
Oh no!
And I made some more moves on the waiver wire. And
oh my gosh.
So I picked up.
Are you just like all over the waiver wire?
Every single Tuesday night, I am on
You've
top
inspired me this season. I'm way more. I mean,
Oh no, Robin! Every Tuesday night, it's like an appointment for me. Kaley, get on the waiver wire and see what's out.
Yeah, I'm not every way Tuesday. More. I feel like I just get more comfortable with the idea of it every year.
Yeah,
but still no trades.
No, we don't really. I've only done it a couple times. I haven't seen any this year. I don't think in our league.
The guys,
but the waiver wire every Tuesday night, your girl's on there.
Nice.
So I picked up. Wait for it. The defense that's playing against the Giants.
Nice.
So I got Washington defense again,
nice.
And then I also picked up DJ Metcalf because he's a wide receiver that was available. Also, I'm like, how do these people drop these people?
I got Tyler Boyd.
Nice.
So I think I'm going to play him over Rice.
Love it.
I might regret saying this on the podcast if it bites me in the ass.
I think it's the best decision. Yeah. So I'll take part of the blame if it goes bad.
Yeah, we strategized the other day.
Yes. So I picked him up. So to replace Calvin Ridley on my roster. So it's playing dad, and the proj is 50% to 50%. Yeah, exactly 50-50. So it's going to be a intense week for your girl.
Maybe we should watch football together.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
like that.
All right. Shall we take it to our fun segment to celebrate our 10th episode?
Yep. We're going to do our top 10, which we'll tell you about when we get in there.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to do a top 10 list, but we're going to do 5 each.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do albums that we just nostalgia factor, listen to all the time growing up.
Growing up keyword, not like grown up, like teenager.
No. This is when we were in the younger years. Yeah. What albums were we jamming all the time? What were we plugging into our CD players?
Mm-hmm.
What did we have on?
What did we download illegally from Napster?
From LimeWire for me.
Oh.
It was LimeWire for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This was really hard. I'm mad at you.
Great way to start off the segment, Robin.
I'm so not comfortable with this laptop in my lap. I had a really hard time with this.
I will say I did too. I just feel like 10 is a lot. So I was like, we do 5 each.
10's a lot.
I was like, shoot, that really cuts off a lot that I would want to include. So 5 it is.
I also realized that I listened to a lot of country when I was younger.
I knew that I would. I already knew I did that. So I'm not surprised myself here.
Like, I don't have any Faith Hill or Tim McGraw on here, and that's tough for me because there was a chunk of my life that I listened to nothing but Faith Hill and Tim McGraw. But I don't know. They just didn't make the cut. Sorry.
Sorry, love you. Mean it.
Yeah, I mean, I have like honorable mentions to like 18 different artists.
Right. I do have an honorable mention, but I'll leave it for the end.
Okay, so in no particular order.
In no particular order, here's our 5 and 5. Why don't you start us off, Robin?
God, I just thought of another one. Hanson. Okay. My first one is Spice World by the Spice Girls.
Oh my God.
And the movie, we watched the movie over and over. We would do all kinds of videos, set up recreations, music videos. I am going to find that VHS one.
I cannot tell you how many dances I did to the Spice Girls songs.
Yeah. I thought about doing their first album, but when I look at the track list, I didn't not love the first one. Obviously, Wannabe's on it.
Right.
But it was the soundtrack that went with the movie, so it was just so much more prevalent and just.
That's kind of how I decided on mine too. Is I looked at the track list and like how many songs on there do I just remember jamming?
Right, like you listen to it on loop, like the whole CD on repeat versus like the singles from it, or maybe like one other favorite.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, that's one of mine.
Okay, I like that.
Okay, thank you.
Should I keep it in the same vein?
Sure.
Okay, I did Britney, baby.
Nice. Which one?
I went with This Was Tough, but I went with Oops, I Did It Again.
That's a good choice. I probably would have picked that one if I did a Britney.
And I went with that because
my friend Bethany is going to kill me if she ever hears this. She was obsessed and still is with Britney.
I love Britney.
How could you not pick Britney?
I put Britney. I had the little, I think they were called hit clips, which you plugged into
like a single.
Yeah, it was like the little thing, the mini thing about this big that hooked on your keys, and you plug the little.
That was a genius idea for its
time. Little hit clips, and I remember trading them with people.
Yeah,
I had multiple Britney hit clips.
I didn't have any, but
girl, we were into the hit clips.
I think I didn't have one because by that age that those were coming out, like I had something else. Like I didn't need it. You know what I mean? Like iPods maybe were already a thing.
Maybe.
Like the iPod.
I didn't have an iPod yet because it was. I just remember for a short period of time.
Yeah.
It was all about the hit clips.
Yeah. For some reason, like I'm aware of them, but we didn't really trade them or like.
Okay. Maybe they were going out of style.
I think so. Maybe.
Whatever. It's fine. Anyway, mine's Britney, and the reason is because, again, like I said, more tracks on there that I jammed. I will say, My favorite Britney song is on there, Lucky.
Oh,
that's my favorite Britney song.
I used to listen to that so much.
Absolutely love that song. Still listen to it to this day. So that's my first one.
And the music video with Melissa Joan Hart.
Oh my God. I love that song is so
See, that
dang
was also,
good.
This could be its whole thing, so I won't go down the rabbit hole, but like the behind the music or the making of for the music videos. I mean, we got like Toxic, we got Slave for You, we got Oops, I Did It Again, we got Lucky.
I have to also say this. Anyone that watched Glee out there, they do. Have you ever watched Glee?
Of course.
Okay, you know they do the whole Britney episode. They have 2 Britney episodes actually. They do Britney 1.0 and Britney 2.0 episode. Some of the best episodes of Glee, they're all singing the Britney songs. I'm like,
I watched Glee.
She has so many hits.
I watched Glee like live when it was.
Oh, me too. And then I rewatched it probably 2 more times since then. It's just a good kind of.
It is
little feel good for me. Anyway, Britney, first choice.
Couple segues. Sorry about that. Okay. Second one is Shania Twain, Come On Over.
Hold on. I have that on my list.
Oh, we probably should have compared.
Yeah, so that's also on my list. Come On Over by Shania Twain.
I was so obsessed. I wrote a whole paper about her in 7th grade. Like, we had to write a paper about someone, and I just was fascinated by her and love her.
I will say my alternate for her would have been Woman in Me album. So I had a hard time choosing because, like, Whose Bed Have Your Boots Been Under is on A Woman in Me, and I love that song.
Yeah.
But I went with Come On Over because it has my favorite song. Wait, I want to hear. What's your favorite song on it?
Oh my God, say yours. I can't think right now.
Honey, I'm home and I had a hard day. Pour me a cold one and oh, by the way. That right there.
Which one is, That Don't Impress Me?
That's on that one. It's on Come On Over.
That I love. We sang so many Shania songs at choir concerts, like in like a choir setting. Oh man, we wore leopard and the cowboy hat, and we changed the lyrics from PMS to DMS because we went to Deer Park Middle School.
Oh my God. That's hilarious. I love me some Shania.
Yes.
So we share that one.
Classic. Great karaoke songs as well.
Oh, Hundo P. Okay. You want me to go next?
Yeah.
Even though we both just kind of went?
Yeah.
I went Fly by the Dixie Chicks.
I went Wide Open Spaces.
Okay. I struggled again between these two.
Yeah, that's tough.
I went Fly because it had Goodbye Earl on it.
That is my number one karaoke song. Well, I would say
a great karaoke
Goodbye
song.
Earl is tied for first for karaoke songs with Strawberry Wine by Deanna Carter.
I love that song.
I can sing the hell out of that song.
I bet you can. I can't, but I love to sing it anyway.
Goodbye Earl, I performed live on stage in Nashville with like a live band that a guy paid them $50 for me to go up there and sing with them. Yeah. And I literally dropped the mic.
At the end?
No.
Oh, on accident.
I was like holding it on the stand and it fell off and I picked it up and I was like, oops, sorry, I just dropped the mic.
Oh my God,
it was
that's
great.
Funny.
The crowd loved it.
That's so good. Yeah, so I went with Fly because it has that. It has Hello, Mr. Heartache. It has Cowboy Take Me Away. It has Ready to Run. Yeah.
Cowboy Take Me Away was a whole vibe.
That's a vibe.
I remember just listening to it in my room like, hey, why doesn't he like me?
Exactly. So I'm a big Dixie Chicks gal.
I didn't know where you were going with that. Big Dixie Chicks.
Could you imagine if I said that?
You got big Dixie Chick energy.
Anyways, that was my next one.
Okay. Switching it up a little bit, back over to the pop side, I have NSYNC No Strings Attached.
Oh my God, Robin, this was almost on my list, but I just couldn't make it work.
Yeah. The music video.
Oh my God. I was an NSYNC gal over the Backstreet Boys for sure.
Me too.
JT, baby.
I was going to say Justin or JC?
JT.
Yeah, JT.
For me.
Not now, but.
And even when he went solo, he had some bops.
Yeah, he did.
So, you know.
Yeah, he did. Even if he used Britney to get them. But that's great.
Okay.
Okay. You?
My next one is Christina Aguilera by Christina Aguilera.
Oh my gosh. Genie in a Bottle.
Genie in a Bottle.
I remember being in Holly's room and just
Genie
wiggling.
in a bottle.
The right way. She was 16 when that came out.
Also, like, why am I singing You Gotta Rub Me the Right Way?
Yeah,
at the age
16.
I was singing
I was probably in 8th grade.
Like, I don't even want to know how old I was. So let's not.
Yikes.
What a Girl Wants, Come On Over, all on that album. Jammed.
She's got a great voice. Like, did then, still does now.
I have the like album cover burned in my brain. Like we listen to that all the time.
Yep, it's playing in my head right now.
Okay, what you got next?
My last one is definitely a sharp right. Okay. My parents listened to Joni Mitchell all the time growing up in the house and the Beatles. And,
I know
come sit me down and tell me stories about how my dad went and saw Led Zeppelin for $5. And, oh, by the way, here's the ticket stub. And then he went backstage and met them and got to hang out with them. Yeah, crazy.
Okay.
But one of my favorite albums that I still listen to often, and it was tough. I had to choose between two. I chose between Blue and the one that I went with was Court and Spark. Nice. So it's just my fave. I love it. Yep. Case of You. by Joni Mitchell is the best song ever. Wait, that's on Court and Spark, right? That's not on Blue.
She's going to check that. While you're checking that, I'm going to talk about my last one. Does that work?
Yeah. Okay. Case of You is on Blue. My bad.
Okay.
So that's tough because like it has my favorite song, but Court and Spark is just like iconic. You know, like I mean, just the best, the best, the best. Okay.
All right.
Those are my 5.
Okay, my last one is.
I changed mine to Blue.
Okay, deal. Changed.
Just looking at the song list, like I'll listen to this one over and over. I'll listen to Blue over and over, but Blue, like having a Case of You on it, like I can't.
You have to go that
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Okay, changed.
Okay.
My last one is No Shoes, No Shirt, No Problems by the one and only Kenny Chesney.
I can't believe I knew that.
I
Name me
have
some songs.
that album cover burned in my brain because he's in like a black wife beater with a black cowboy hat on the beach.
When is he not wearing a man's tank top?
I'm sorry, he was dreamy back in the day.
Yeah.
And he had some jams. So it has Young, it has The Good Stuff, it has Big Star, it has No Shoes, No Shirt, No Problems. The song as well.
I know that one. What about
She
You Think My
was a-
Tractor Sexy?
No, that was real early. I was singing that when I was a baby.
Oh.
A baby. I was singing She Thinks My Tractor Sexy, which is weird,
I need to have a talk with your parents.
but I used to love that song. She was a big star. You don't remember?
I went through phases of like, I listen to country, I listen to my parents' music, I listen to Radiohead. Identity crises growing up. But,
Yeah, we listened to a lot of country, I gotta say.
Yeah.
In our
It really wasn't in my household. It was more just what my friends were listening to and what we were singing in choir, honestly.
Okay.
Like I sang Faith Hill in choir. I did You're Bringing Out the Elvis in Me. Remember?
Nope.
You're bringing out the Elvis in me. You don't remember that?
No, but you sound great.
Oh, man, I belted that song. We had to lower it by half a key so I could hit the Elvis in me. Anyway. Yeah, lots of Tim McGraw. Like it hurt my soul that Tim McGraw didn't make its way on here, but I couldn't pick one.
Tim McGraw and Kenny Chesney I struggled with, but it's like album wise, I went that way. And my honorable mention is also country. This one I couldn't have used this because it's not fair, but I need to say it. George Strait, his number 1 hits. He had part 1 and part 2.
Oh, the number 1 hits.
Number 1 hits, and he had the part 1 50 number 1 hits, and it was in blue. And then part 2 with like the next however many he had.
That's a lot of hits.
Oh no, because he had like 67 number 1 hits.
Wow.
So then part 2 was a red 50 number 1 hits. It was part 2, and so I listen to those all the time. I'm a George Strait. I know he's the king of country for a reason. Yeah. I love him.
That's a great honorable mention.
I needed to mention it.
You know what? That made me think of one of mine that I didn't use for kind of the same reasons. My parents had this, I don't even know what you call it. Like, it's called something when, oh my God, it starts with an A or something. Where it's like every year. Like they had the collection.
Annually?
I don't remember. It's called something.
Okay.
They had this collection by some magazine or something, and it was like the hits from every year, like all the 50s, 60s, 70s. And for whatever reason, my sister and I were obsessed with the one from 1964, and we would listen to it over and over. We had dances, like we had routines and dances and like almost like skits for each of the songs.
Okay.
And anytime I hear any of those now, I still remember every lyric, and it like I'm transported back to my living room growing up and doing those dances with my sister.
How did George Strait get you there?
Because that's like the number ones.
Okay.
Like the
number
top
1 hits from that year. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it,
So
got it.
I wasn't counting this, even though it was like for whatever reason we didn't listen to any of the other like 20. They still have them.
It's just 1964.
Yeah, we go over and pull out the drawer. They had these little drawers with all the CDs. They still have it with the record player in the middle, and we go right to boop 1964.
Nice.
Yeah. Remember walking in the sand. Oh my God, so many good songs.
Love it.
Yeah. All right, shall we take it to our Rex?
To the Rex. Okay, my rec is Back to the Book podcast.
That noise was my dog, by the way.
Yes, the growling is not my stomach or me under my breath. We're back to the book.
Yay!
So I finished A Court of Thorns and Roses. I'm handing it to you physically.
Ooh. Oh, you're done reading it?
I'm done.
Oh my gosh, I'm
passing
so
it.
excited. I'm going to read it this weekend.
Freaking good. So I'm going to the Deer Lease for Thanksgiving next week. And I knock out some books at the Deer Lease.
Yeah, tell them I said hello.
Yes, I shall. And I'm picking up the rest of this series from my friend Bailey before I go.
How many are there?
I think there's 4 more.
Ooh.
So I will be knocking at least
2,
if probably 3, realistically, out next week. So then I'll have those ready for you as well.
Are they making these into a movie or anything?
I haven't heard anything if they are.
What would you compare it to?
I don't. Oh God. It's like fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like can get sexy in parts, but not too much smut. But it's definitely got a few parts to get a little sexy with it. But it's like very fantasy creatures, some magic, but not like Harry Potter magic.
Have we said the title yet?
I said it when I handed it to you.
Okay.
A Court of Thorns and Roses is the first one.
I've heard from so many people about this. I'm so excited.
Okay, you know, I talked about I was going to read Shatter Me series. Mm-hmm. Well, then this kept popping up, and I was like, no. So I abandoned Shatter Me. Not that it wasn't good, but I had just started, and now I'm going all in on this, so Shatter Me will be the next series after this.
Awesome.
But that's my rec is A Court of Thorns and Roses. The first one was so freaking good.
Awesome. I'm so excited. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So my rec is a show that's back for the 4th season.
Okay.
It's on Apple TV, so you haven't seen it, but it's called For All Mankind. Shout out to my friend Scott. I don't know if he listens to this, but he got me on the show.
Okay, what's it about?
So it's as if we had continued the space race and not just stopped at the moon.
I've heard of this.
So we like colonized the moon, and Russia, you know, is there, North Korea is there.
Yeah.
And it stays within like the technology of the times, but assuming that they had just made these advancements and figured these things out without it being futuristic feeling. Like the parts that are in the 90s feel very 90s. Everything else around them is very 90s. Yet they have video calls figured out to, the space station or the colonization on the moon. And so now they're going for Mars. They're
interesting.
Yeah, they're on Mars now, and they can mine up there and all these resources there. And it's still got the, you know, Russia, and last season was like the Russia and America thing. Now the war's over and we're allies and we're like doing the Mars thing together with them.
Okay.
So yes, it's very, very well written, well acted. And if you like that kind of show that's kind of, you know, futuristic-y, but not really at the same time, it's just a really, really, really good show. I highly recommend it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right, I guess that's it for our big 10.
Yay, episode 10.
Yes, thank you everyone for listening, for watching. We really appreciate those of you who do and those who follow us and comment as well.
Yes, all the things. Thanks, guys.
Bye.